Actually, let's create our weather view first, because it will be much easier for you to follow the course in this way, and it will be easier to understand. What we are going to do is create a new file, command N here, and this is going to be again Coco Touch class, and this we will call weather view without the controller. It's let's keep it subclass of UI view controller, but this time we are going to select add also create an XIB file, and you will see what XIB file is in a moment. If you haven't seen it before, haven't used it, the language will be Swift. So let's click next. Let's click create, and now you can see we have created two files here, the WeatherView.swift and WeatherView XIB file. So what XIB is, usually we use the storyboard in order to do our design, but this time when we have an XIB file, this is just like a big view which is linked to this view that we have created with it, and this view is set as the view controller of our XIB file. So let's design our view in our XIB file, which is just the way the storyboard works, nothing different here. The only thing we can change here, instead of the size, we are going to set it to freeform, so you can see the full picture what our view will look like, because here you can see we have bigger view which is inside the scroll view, so you can fit everything on any size screen. But in order to make our design, it's easier when we see the whole picture at once. So the height, after we set it to freeform, without setting this you cannot change the height. The height, I'm going to set it to be 974, and now you can see it's much bigger. And we are going to divide our view into two sections. The top section is this part here, which is fixed standard height section, and the information here doesn't go up and down, it's always there. And the bottom section will be a scroll view that will have inside a collection view, another collection view, and a table view. So we are going to start from the top part here, which has 4 labels inside of it. So I'm gonna actually select my view here and set the background to be light gray. Let's zoom in, and in order to build our top part, we're going to drag out a view, and I'm using the blue guidelines again to set my view, and the height of my view, I'm going to set it to 302 points. And let's create our constraints. So it's gonna be top, right, left 0 points, and height will be fixed to 302 points. Okay, and now we need some labels. So let's get some labels here. And let's put this and resize this all the way on the right side, which will touch our blue guidelines. And the Y here, I'm going to set it to 10 points. And this is going to be our city. So we call this city. And let's copy and paste this, Command C, Command V underneath. And underneath is going to be our date label. So I call this date. And then we have a bigger one, which is our temperature. So let me copy and paste this one more time. I'm going to drag this down, so this will be our weather information, as you can see here, and the text will be in the center. And let's just do it one more time, copy and paste, and this will be in the middle, and it's gonna be much bigger. Let me just check my sizes here, so we are okay with our measurements. So the date label should be 45 points. All right, it's correct. And then the middle temperature, we're going to set the Y to 120 and the height to be 95 and Y position to 120. All right. And finally, our bottom label, which is the weather info, is gonna be Y230. So 230. All right. So date is, I'm going to set the text to dashes. And also let's select all 4 labels, and I want to change the font here altogether. And it's gonna be custom, and instead of Helvetica I want Gill Sans here. And the only difference here, we're going to select my temperature, which gonna be much bigger, and let's set this to 90 points. Okay, we have the top, we can start setting our constraints. So 10 points on top, 8 left and right. Then we do the second date label. Again, it's going to be 15 points, 8 left and right. So we keep our measurement. For the middle, we are going to use this alignment here. So we're going to horizontally align in the container. So let's click add. And also we want to stick it to the borders. So let's use our blue guidelines here to help us. And now we click and add 8 points there, and the height, we're going to stick it to 95. And let's see what we are missing. Okay, we can add another constraint here, which is going to be the distance from our label here to our date. So we have always the same distance there. H is 55 points. Click add. And finally, we need to add this is weather info. And let's add for this one to be 15 points, 8 and 8 on the sides. Click continue. And we have all 4 labels with auto layout constraints added to them.